welcome to the N+1 channel. This is Carl and
Pete.
And we wanted to go ahead and actually make a really cool announcement. It's kind of really close to when it's actually happening, and I kind of hate that I'm doing that. And I also kind of hate that I kind of keep saying kinda. That's okay. I'm not used to being on the camera like this. I'm looking right at you.
Neither am I. I'm scared to death of being in front of the camera, but I guess you got to get used to it at some point. Maybe. I don't know. Future projects while Carl spills water.
Yeah, I'm totally spilling water myself. All right, so why am I making this video? Because this isn't actually a studio build video. It kind of is. I mean, you can see the studio in the background, but that's not why I'm doing this. What I wanted to talk a little bit about was actually Extra-Life and Children's Miracle Network, and, well, specifically also the event that's actually happening this Saturday. Now, in our local area, we actually are having a 24-hour gaming marathon, and really this coincides with Extra-Life as a whole. So it's not just the local guild, the Raleigh-Durham Guild, that's actually doing this, but it's kind of like anybody and everybody can participate. And so what is this about? This is about raising money for hope and opportunity and like good experiences, really.
Well, it's, in fact, all the money is going to Duke Children's Hospital, which is something that's got kind of a near and dear place to my heart. And I spent, many people who know me know I spent part of my childhood, in a Duke Children's Hospital. So I've been around children that have going through very hard times, and to give them hope and to do something in return for them, and to do something for Duke, as I feel Duke has done a lot for me. On occasions, I honestly think, for 2 occasions I can think of at least, where if it weren't for them, I probably wouldn't even be alive today. So if I can give something back, I'd love to.
Well, so these things, they mean a lot to a lot of people. Not to go too far into my own history, but I actually am a cancer survivor. When I was a child, I had childhood leukemia. Now, this was actually in New York, though, not North Carolina. So it wasn't Duke's Children's Hospital, but organizations out there that did things for children, like Make-A-Wish. Actually, Make-A-Wish did some things for me when I was a kid, and it was made possible by people out there, right? It wasn't one person, it wasn't 2 people. It was a movement of people, all orchestrated to the goal of bringing something. It's funny. I'm trying to find the words because it's so profound. Yeah. It's not something I can just summarize. It's like it's bringing smiles. It's bringing, and it sounds cheap, right? It sounds like when I say these things, it sounds very cliche, but it's very real. I've seen it. I've experienced it. I went to Disney World when I was a child because of the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and this isn't the Make-A-Wish Foundation, but it's the same general concept. And this is what Extra-Life is trying to do. They're trying to give joy, hope, and really, we're all working towards a cure. And so that's a really big deal. I mean, just anything, right? Any way that we can support the community, that's half of what N+1 is about. And I've hardly talked about that, and I'll talk more about it in the future. But this is sort of laying the groundwork for some bigger, more significant things.
Well, when I was 12 years old, I had a tumor on my pituitary gland, and which had potential to cause a lot of damage. And after having a couple surgeries at Duke, as I said before, I spent time in it was a children's cancer ward. I didn't have cancer, but the recovery center I was in was a children's cancer ward. And being in that kind of environment, knowing that the condition I was in, I was probably one of the only kids on that hall that might even still be around today. I mean, these kids had it in such rougher shape than I did. I mean, as serious as what I had wasn't anything compared to what they did. And to me, these kids, the children deserve the best. And
yeah. I mean, we as people, not we as me, not we as Pete, but we as people, we sort of get comfortable in the fact that, maybe we're reasonably healthy, we're up and around, we're moving, we've experienced a pretty good amount of life. And, that's not the case for everybody. And again, not trying to play on that emotional aspect, but just, being cognizant of the fact that not everyone is lucky enough to hit their, 10 years old, 20 years old, 30 years old. That's real. When I was a kid, I remember asking my mother, or rather, I don't remember. She recounted the story to me of me asking her, "Mom, am I going to die?" Right? That's the reality that a lot of these kids go through. Okay,
Right,
that's
absolutely.
heavy. No child should have to deal with that. But if they do, and if that's something that's going to happen to them, there might as well be something positive as well. Anyway, I feel like I'm rambling on a little bit. So let me just.
But it's just long story short. I know too late, but it is just this is just a really important cause, and we're both ecstatic to be a part of it. And we're not, again, not doing this for us. We're doing this for the children that really need it. I mean, it's great that we're able to do something we love to help someone who, people who deserve it.
So actually, yeah. So what are we doing? Well, N plus one channel, which really at the moment is mostly Pete and I. We're gonna actually make a presence at it's the Frontier in RTP in North Carolina. This event starts at 9 a.m. and then of course goes till 9 a.m. on Sunday. We're going to be there with a couple of games. We're actually going to be doing some games that we haven't done before. So this is going to be kind of some exclusive content, more fun, kind of silly games, not necessarily story-based games. I might bring something with a story, but
We'll see how it goes.
but do you want to tell them what we're going to be playing?
Or should we leave it for a surprise?
We can leave it as a surprise. That's fine.
Tune in and find out. It'll leave some mystery.
Yep. I'm really probably just going to continue to use YouTube and not specifically like Twitch or anything like that. I know Twitch is more popular for streaming, but it's just a little bit easier since I'm already set up with YouTube. I may change my mind, or if it turns out it's actually easier to stream to Twitch, but I'd like to also be able to keep the videos for later so people can actually see it. I don't know how to do that on Twitch. I'll have to see if that's possible.
Make it work eventually.
Yeah, but feel free to check us out. So here's the deal. I'm going to be posting information on the Facebook page, hopefully tomorrow, probably after I get off from work at my day job. So there'll be a donation page. Now, I have personally set a donation goal of I'm trying to raise $750. I know that's aggressive. I know that's ambitious. But I'm such a believer that I think that with your help out there, that we can make this happen. Of course, I'll be posting the donation page. And remember, 100% of this money goes to the Children's Miracle Network, or specifically it goes to Duke Children's Hospital in this local area if you donate through my donation page. You don't have to donate to that specific one. If there's one that's local to you that you would feel like you identify a little bit more with, or you want to specifically support, that's fine, right?
Yeah, Extra Life covers all the hospitals that are in Children's Miracle Network, and that's nationwide. So no matter where you might be seeing us from, most likely there's a hospital service that's near you that they support.
Yeah. So with that said, feel free to look for details, or you're going to see details on Facebook, on Twitter. I may do one more video on YouTube as a channel update, but I don't know. The studio is going to kind of fall on the back burner as I'm trying to get things ready for Saturday. But the studio is absolutely going to happen, and that's off topic for this. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, I think, end this video now. Normally I say subscribe and all that, but that's not what this video is about. This video is just to let you know this is going on. So I think that maybe see you there. Hope to It's going terrible. Whatever. All right.